વંદે ગુજરાત.
Good morning, friends. Welcome to the online session, training session of based on learning outcome organized by GCRT and STTI. Friends, I think you have got ample information about what is LO, means learning outcome. Yesterday, you have got about the difference between learning outcome and objective. You will think, what is new in learning outcome? Learning outcome is based on the real situation. I think you have heard this word yesterday in online training session. The learning outcome must be, I think you have heard the principles about learning outcome. That learning outcome must be clear in instruction, must be active, must be in present tense, must be clear, and there must be a one word. It is based on real situation. First of all, the learning outcomes are constructed, and then the text is constructed based on that learning outcome. We have to do the activity based on learning outcome. So our goal is achieved. Actually, I think now you have ample information about what is adjective and what is learning outcome. But I want to clarify one thing here only, that in B.Ed we had heard that we have to make lesson plans, and we have made lesson plans in B.Ed session. There is one column, teacher's activity, and we write there the teacher will read the unit in the classroom. Second column is there, student's activity. Student will listen to the text or story. Teacher activity, teacher will ask questions. Student will answer the questions. It is all instructions are in simple future tense. But when we describe LO, it is in present tense. Students listen the story. The role of teacher in objective is main. He instructs the students. He gives the exercise. He gives the activity. And students do according to that instructions which are given by our teachers. But in LOs, teacher gives exercise, but most of the part is done by the students only. The teacher is their facilitator. Suppose there is the activity of blanks. The student try to fill in the blanks. Teacher give them support where they need, or facilitate them where they need. Suppose need of some word, they need the Gujarati meaning. Then in that case, the teacher help them. This is the main difference between objective and learning outcome. One more thing I want to add in learning outcome and objective, that is, it is useful in real time situation or real world situation. જો એમ કહું કે દાખલા તરીકે વિજ્ઞાનની વાત કરીએ તો વિજ્ઞાનમાં એક સિદ્ધાંત આવે છે ઉચ્ચાલનનો સિદ્ધાંત. ઉચ્ચાલનના સિદ્ધાંતમાં એવું કહેવાય કે દાખલા તરીકે કોઈ વસ્તુ છે એને ઉચકવી છે તો એના દળથી દૂર જઈ અને જો વજન લગાડવામાં આવે તો એને સહેલાઈથી ઉચકી શકાય છે. આ એ સિદ્ધાંત છે, સિદ્ધાંત શીખવી દીધો. હવે વિદ્યાર્થી એ જાણે છે શું જાણે છે, પણ રિયલ લાઈફમાં એનો ઉપયોગ ક્યાં? વેર ઇટ ઇઝ યુઝફુલ? દેર મસ્ટ it is mentioned in LOs only. Our objective says we have to taught them principle, rules, but LO says student must learn the whole objective. Yesterday you have heard that many objectives made LO. Then objective is here main thing. What is main thing? What is the student must understand the principle and he must be able to use it in real life. જે મેં કહ્યું ઉચ્ચાલનનો સિદ્ધાંત છે એ જો એ સિદ્ધાંત શીખી લો, પણ એને ખબર છે કે જ્યારે એની સામે એવી સ્થિતિ આવશે ત્યારે એને ખબર પડશે કે મારે આ વસ્તુ ઉચકવી છે તો એક લાકડીનો સપોર્ટ લઉં, વચ્ચે કંઈક મૂકવું અને દૂરથી એને જો ઉચકવાનો પ્રયત્ન કરીશ કે ખસેડવું હશે તો એને સહેલાઈથી દૂર કરી શકીશ. તો આ રિયલ લાઈફની અંદર આ સિદ્ધાંતનો ઉપયોગ છે. ઇફ વી ટોક અબાઉટ ઇંગ્લિશ લેંગ્વેજ, તો ઓનલી ગ્રામર ઇઝ taught, the student isn't able to talk in English or write in English. Conversation is not possible only through grammatical rules, so that the rules must be practiced. And for that, LO is necessary. You have to make LO first, or you have to keep in your mind the LO. Okay, on which LO you are going to give them activity or exercise. So this is the main thing or importance of LO. Today we are going to learn about the LO 0916 English. It means standard 9 and LO number 16. You can see on the slide the what is LO, the statement of LO. LO learning outcome number E0916. I think now you are clear that E is for English, 9 is for standard 9 and 16 is for statement of learning outcome number 16. What is LO 16 for standard 9? Statement of the LO is frames sentences in context of various grammar items and functions and make sentences and conversation. Now suppose you will see here the point frames sentences. The student must be able to frame sentences is the LO. In framing sentences, they will need grammatical items, he may need functions, and after understanding and practicing LO and grammatical item and functions, he will be able to converse either in spoken form or in written form. After the statement of LO, we must understand the explanation. What is told in this LO? The explanation of this LO is that students learn to create sentences using different grammar rules such as tenses, nouns, verbs, adjectives and prepositions. Tenses are the principles or rules. If we teach them, suppose if we teach them tenses and rules only, simple present tense, simple past tense, simple future tense, but he will not be able to use them. But when you put them in such a way that the exercise will automatically make the students understand the tenses and use in real life. Second thing, nouns, verbs, adjectives. મિત્રો એક વાત અહીં ખાસ કહેવી પડે કે નાઉન, વર્બ્સ, અને એડજેક્ટિવ એ એવી વસ્તુ છે કે બાળકને કોઈ પણ ભાષામાં જરૂર પડે અને કોઈ આપણી સૌથી પહેલી વાત એ છે કે માતૃભાષાની જ્યારે વાત હોય તો માતૃભાષામાં પણ આપણને ખબર છે કે વિદ્યાર્થીઓને આ તકલીફ છે. જો માતૃભાષાની અંદર પણ આ વિદ્યાર્થીઓને નાઉન, વર્બ અને એડજેક્ટિવનો ભેદ સમજાઈ ગયો તો એને કોઈ પણ લેંગ્વેજમાં એ ભેદ સમજાશે. અને આપણે ઇંગ્લિશમાં પણ અત્યારે આ પ્રશ્ન નડે છે કે બાળકને એ જ ખબર નથી કે ઘણી વખતે ક્યાં વર્બ છે, કયો વર્ડ છે એ વર્બ છે, કયો વર્ડ છે નાઉન છે, કયો વર્ડ વાપરવાનો છે, એમાં મુશ્કેલી છે. અને એટલા માટે જે યુઝ કરે છે ત્યારે રોંગ પેટર્ન બની જાય છે. યુ કેન સી ઓન સ્લાઇડ દેટ નાઉન, વર્બ્સ, એડજેક્ટિવ્સ and prepositions, they practice making correct and meaningful sentences and using these sentences to hold conversation. After gathering the information and knowledge about tenses, nouns, verbs, adjective and preposition, they are able to make meaningful sentence. And meaningful sentence is used in conversation, rather in spoken or rather in written form. This helps them understand how grammar works in real life communication. મિત્રો, મેં આના વિશે પહેલાં જ વાત કરી કે સાયન્સનો જે સિદ્ધાંત છે ઉચ્ચાલનવાળો, કે એ સિદ્ધાંત છે પણ એને રિયલ લાઈફમાં ક્યાં કેવી રીતે ઉપયોગમાં આવે ને કેવી રીતે એને લઈ શકાય. તો અહીંયા પણ એ જ જરૂર છે કે ગ્રેમરના રૂલ છે રિયલ લાઈફમાં પણ ક્યાં વાપરી શકવા જોઈએ અને કેવી રીતે વાપરવા જોઈએ એ વિદ્યાર્થીને આવડવું જોઈએ. ઇટ ઇઝ grammar works in real life communication, making them better at speaking and writing accurately and effectively. This is the explanation of hello. It means what we need or what the LO says. This is the explanation. Now you will think, I have one question for you. Do you find this LO difficult? If yes, give reason. હવે તમને જ્યારે આ વાત કહેવામાં આવે કે તમે આ LO શીખવાડવામાં કઈ મુશ્કેલીઓ આપણને પડે છે ત્યારે આપણો સૌથી પહેલો પ્રશ્ન જે આખા ગુજરાતના બધા જ ટીચર્સનો હોઈ શકે એવો, બધાનો હશે 100%નું એવું નહીં પણ મોટા ભાગના એવું કહેશે કે સાહેબ જ્યાં ગુજરાતી જ ના આવડતું હોય ત્યાં અંગ્રેજી કેવી રીતે એને સારી રીતે આવડશે. નો ડાઉટ દેટ ઇઝ ધ પ્રોબ્લેમ, બટ વી હેવ ટુ વર્ક ફોર દેટ. ડોન્ટ teach them ABCD or anything else. Simply, step by step, what I do in my class. I do not, when the students come in standard 9, they even do not know about the reading, they do not know about the ABCD. Then what we have to do, I take 1 month, first month, only teaching in first unit. I, step by step, word by word, I read the unit. They listen. I tell them, just listen to me, put your finger on the word, what I speak, try to speak in your mind. I read unit 2 times. Then I tell them, now speak louder and read the unit with me. I read, they read with me together the unit. I do not teach them what is the proper pronunciation, what is the alphabet, and what are the rules for making spelling or pronunciation. I just tell them, listen to me and follow me, imitate me. Rather, good word is imitate me, and you will try to understand the words, what is the pronunciation and what is the meaning. Meaning is it is not necessary at that time when we are trying to teach them only reading. Now you will find some difficulties, but I must point out that when you think about the difficulty level about LO, you will definitely find the solution of it. So first think what difficulty we will face in the class in teaching the particular LO, and then after we will find the solution, and then the teaching of LO will be very easy. Friends, For this LO, some pre-knowledge is required. Pre-knowledge, what kind of pre-knowledge is required for this LO 916? Then these are the topics. They should know how to use different parts of speech. They must understand what are the parts of speech, such as noun, verbs and adjective. I have talked about that in previous slide. And understand sentence structure, including subject-verb agreement and punctuation. These are the points in એમ કહેવાય કે કોઈ પણ ભાષા જે છે દુનિયાની શીખવી હોય તો આટલા મુદ્દા જો એના મગજમાં હોય અને એને જો આટલા મુદ્દાઓમાં કોઈ તકલીફ ન હોય, કન્ફ્યુઝન ન હોય, તો એ સરળતાથી આ ભાષાને એ આત્મસાત કરી શકે. એડિશનલી they need practice in combining these elements to form clear, meaningful sentences and participate in conversation. After understanding this topic, he will be able to synchronizing and combining these elements and making sentence which will be clear and meaningful. After that, he will be able to speak or write. This foundational knowledge helps them use grammar effectively in their writing and speaking. These points should be clear in his mind before acquiring the LO 916. So if he has acquired ability about speech, part of speech, noun, verbs, adjective, then he will be able to write or speaking. Friends, now we have in our textbook the exercise which are related to this LO. Here we have given you one example. In standard 9, unit 3, 8 and 9 have these kind of exercises or activities. It doesn't mean that the other units haven't this kind of activity. Please go through the textbook and find out which are the other activities or exercises which are created based on this LO, except unit 3, 8 and 9. And you will find so many exercises and activities related to this LO. Friends, when we start teaching LO, and for LO they must have pre-knowledge about grammar, we must create the exercise which can be input for them. First of all, do not go directly dive into that particular path that where we can say now write a sentence based on this tense or activity or something else. But we have to frame such kind of exercise where we instruct student to find out the activity or exercise. We tell them, find out the verbs, find out the nouns, find out the adjective. Then that will make clear the concept about noun, verb, adjective. Do not dive directly into framing the sentence. For that, we can make such kind of exercise in our LO, for exercising LO. Here, I have given one instruction. Try to observe conjunctions used in this story. I do not want students to make sentences based on conjunctions. I want to make them identify the conjunction in the story. They will easily find them. Friends, I think you are teachers and you will find this activity easy, but this is the all activities are for students. ગઈકાલે તમે એ વાત સાંભળી જશે કે જે મોડ્યુલ છે એ સીધું આપણે ક્યાંક માળીએ ચડાવી દઈએ છે, એના બદલે એવી વાત હતી કે મોડ્યુલ આપણે ક્લાસરૂમમાં જ ઉપયોગ કરી શકીએ. એટલે એવી એક્ટિવિટી, એવી એક્સરસાઇઝ મુકાય કે જે આપણે ટીચર્સ ડાયરેક્ટલી એ મોડ્યુલનો ઉપયોગ ક્લાસરૂમમાં કરી શકે અને એ એક્ટિવિટીઝ દ્વારા આપણે એલો સિદ્ધ કરી શકીએ. તો તમે જોશો કે સ્ક્રીન ઉપર કે એક સ્ટોરી હું કહું છું, એ સ્ટોરીની અંદર આપણે એ વિદ્યાર્થીઓને કહેતા જઈએ, સ્ક્રીન ઉપર પણ આપણી સ્ક્રિપ્ટ ચાલતી જાય અને વાંચતા જઈએ તો વિદ્યાર્થીઓ ઇઝીલી એ કન્જંક્શનને શોધી શકશે કે કયા કયા કન્જંક્શન. એના પહેલાં બિફોર દેટ વી હેવ ટુ ટેલ ધેમ these kind of words are called conjunctions. Here is the story. Once upon a time, in a small village, there was a group of friends who loved adventures. They were Lily, Max, and Emma. One sunny afternoon, they found an old map in the attic, but Emma was worried because she didn't know how many obstacles they might face. Still, they decided to go on the adventure because they were excited and curious. They packed some snacks and a flashlight and they set out early in the morning. The map showed that the treasure was hidden in a forest. So they walked through the trees and over the hills. They saw many beautiful flowers and there were birds singing in the branches. But as the sun began to set, they were not sure where to go next. The map had some clues. It said, the treasure is buried under the old oak tree, or it may be hidden in the cave nearby. Lily said, let's check the oak tree first because it is on the map. Max and Emma agreed. So they walked to the old oak tree and they looked around it carefully. They dug a little, but around the tree, but they didn't find anything. Emma asked, what if the treasure is in the cave? Max replied, we can look in the cave, but we should be careful because it might be dark and spooky. So they decided to go to the cave. The cave was dark and cool, and there were some strange noises. But they used their flashlight to see better. They walked deeper into the cave and they found a small wooden chest hidden under a pile of rocks. They were very excited and they opened the chest slowly. Inside, they found gold coins, sparkling jewels, and a note. The note said, congratulations, you found the treasure. Share it with your friends and family. Lily, Max, and Emma were so happy because they had worked together and found the treasure. They took the chest back to the village and they shared the treasure with everyone. The villagers were thrilled and they celebrated with a big party. From then on, Lily, Max, and Emma were known as the heroes of the village, and they continued to have many more adventures together. And so, their great treasure hunt became a wonderful memory, and they lived happily even ever after. Friends, after listening this story and watching the text on the screen, I think you have found so many conjunction and but, so, because. And first step is to identify the conjunction. Then after, they will understand how to use them. And this is the system or process how to reach to the LO. First thing should be identification, then blanks type of exercises, then after we can give them make sentences like exercises which can be said implementation of the rules. I want to take one another exercise. This is based on listening, and the instruction is how many ants are there in the story. Just listen to the story and find out how many ants are there. You have to just count the ants. You did not have to find out the ants, just count how many ants are there. Is it 2, 3, 4, 5, 7? How many are there? Just listen to the story and find the
Leela loved animals, and she dreamed of having a pet. She wasn't sure whether to adopt a dog or a cat, so she visited a nearby shelter for advice. The staff explained that dogs needed more time and space, but cats were more independent. Leela decided on a cat because her small apartment was perfect for it. She met a fluffy kitten named Winnie, and it purred when she held it. Leela bought food, toys, and a cozy bed for Winnie. At first, the kitten hid under the sofa, but Leela was patient and gave it time to adjust. Soon, Winnie started exploring the house and even played with Lila's shoelaces. One day, Winnie climbed onto the windowsill, but it accidentally knocked over a flower pot. The mess surprised Leela, so she moved the pots to a safer spot. Over time, Winnie became Lila's best companion. They played together every evening, and Winnie always curled up on her lap while she read. Leela felt happy because she gave a loving home to an animal in need. Now, she tells everyone to adopt a pet from a shelter because it brings joy to both the owner and the animal.
You have heard the story, and you have find. I think you will have find the how many ends are there, and understand how we can work with students about the LOs 916. I have completed my part. Other activities will be done in your classroom by the master trainers. I summarize and end my lecture, and I now hand over the lecture to the Dr. Ramchandra Prajapati sir, who is teacher of English and trainer.
Okay. Hello friends, I am Dr. Ramchandra Prajapati. Say, I welcome you to this air session, and today we will discuss one LO, that is E0907. Say, before starting this discussion, Just I tell you three things about this lesson. According to the new policy, we have to make some changes in our pedagogy, that means in classroom teaching. And just I remind you, you know most of them, that our teaching should be according to the level. First 1 to 8, that is the elementary level, and 1 to 5, then 6 to 8, that is intermediate level, and then higher secondary or secondary level, that is 9 to 12. So according to the level we should teach. Second thing, that our teaching should be LO based, as just you have heard and Mihir Bhai told you well. Third thing, that each and everything should have exact objective. So objective based should be learning. Next, just here we are discussing this way, but in your class you have to do less and give the opportunity to the students to do the activities. That means your each and every point should be taught through activities. Next one, in new policy, it is just suggested, and we have to focus that language teaching is useful to all the subjects, and that is why there must be cross subjects. Suppose we are teaching one thing, but in that there may be the matter of science, as just Mihir Bhai remind you, and maybe matter of history, geography, of different things, maybe mathematics. So that is important. One thing more, that you must give them the opportunity for self-learning. Self-learning, that is most important. And as Mihir Bhai also told you, that teaching should be lifelike. So whatever we teach, they can use, they should be able to use that in their life. Next, it is also applied by Mihir Bhai that there should be judicial use of mother tongue. Whenever concept is not clear or any difficulty to the students, you can use your means their mother tongue and allow them. Here in teaching we have to follow 3 steps, that is just process of learning. That is important. Generally it happens that we focus always on product, but product is not so much important. Process, and process should lead to products. That way they learn the real thing. Second point, that in classroom teaching, when we start, we should always suggest or ask them to find the keywords in any writing, and through keywords they can learn, and then explain what is focusing, what are the skills. Even when we explain the learning outcome, in learning outcome also ask them to find out the keywords. Yes. Okay. Then skills, focus skills, and objectives and concepts. See, then express for, yes, you also ask them for explanation. See, here is the કેમ ચાલતું નથી. નથી. See, in learning outcome, suppose first learning outcome 907, there is explanation, and in explanation I have explained that where you have to put focus, means which words or what things should be focused. And here it is said that encourage the students. So, one thing, then encourage them for reading, and with given text, you can just present and present the conversation, table, map, etc., and teach them how to read them. When you read the continuous text, you from hereby heard that how to read the story, that is the continuous text. That is read chunk by chunk. But in table or in a map or in other such type of non-verbal text, you have to read the pieces of information. That is important. And by the way, we have to develop their reading skill also. With the reading skill, we should also ask them to grasp the information. And sometimes it happens that at this level, there must be interpretation and sometimes inferences also. So both way, in 907 and 912, in both are combined here. So we will discuss that way. See, yes, here are some concepts that is for your study. I have put, you read. Reading means what? You try to understand. Second is frame. Here, generally we understand that frame means to organize the words in the question sentence. But here it is expected that you give them the practice. Really, knowledge we get in 3 stages, and first is getting means knowledge, then there is understanding in different situation, and when there is a lot of practice of it, you can use it. So knowledge, understanding and use, and then other stages may be creativity, analysis, but you will get that practice later on. Next is study. Study means to comprehend, means to go through reading and memorize the things, store the things and recall them, and sometimes to just analyze that and then apply that. So this way, and comprehend and understanding, that is also explained, you can use them. This stage, one is that you have to write your difficulties about this learning outcomes. So write, but here we see one thing more, that always new knowledge is based on the pre-knowledge. So regarding the main points, you must just give certain exercises to revise the pre-knowledge, and when the pre-knowledge base is okay, you can start or give the new knowledge. Particularly here, you can say that question words. So here, just give some revision exercises about question words. What is the question? To get what information, which question is used, that should be known to them. Then next is reading skill. Reading skill also should be there. They must have that knowledge, and generally they have read the continuous text. But when there are just informational text and particularly non-verbal text, Then how to read, they have learned in class 6, 7th, 8th. But here again you have to revise that. And then critical thinking at this level, when the students are at the age of 15, ask them certain questions or give certain tasks that they have to think. So we have to develop thinking also, and giving certain common questions, revise that what they have learned earlier. In the same way, in in 12 also there are different things, and that is just understanding, comprehension skill, and third you see that basic geography and special understanding of map. Map, that is non-verbal text. So how to read the map? How to just while learning English have the cross references of geography. They must have geography knowledge also, basic knowledge, and then question answering. They might have practice earlier, but here we'll have more practice with different purposes. And analytical thinking means thinking must be there. Here you write your reasons, and then let us start activity 1. See, just in activity 1, you have to do the work in groups. That means you turn the students in group of 4 generally, and ask them, means give 2 tasks about this text, that is reading and understanding. I have highlighted the words. See, then let them look at the text and try to understand what type of text is. Overall, have the overall view and what is given in the text. Just ask them to do this on their own. And if they can't do, put some common question, go to that group, and the group which can't do that, you can just advise that this is just text, but this is not just like a story. Here you see that who are talking. Talking is there. 2 persons are talking. So that is given in the text, and you first know the names of the 2 persons. Secondly, that certain phrases or sentences are underlined. So in the context, each sentence has particular functions. So you have to do that. Means ask them to understand the functions of the words, and for that we can help this way. Say here numbers are given, and left hand side the text is there, number 1 suppose. It's a great idea, that is the phrase. So read in context. Suppose Sakshi said, do you want to go out for dinner today? And Reena answers, sure. It's a great idea. What would you prefer? So both the sentences are in context. When Reena uses this word, it's a great idea, what is the function of these words? And you can say that when Shakshi proposed the thing, she praises it. So on right hand side block, it is mentioned that it's a great idea is for praising Shakshi. So praised the proposal she heard, and then that is praised. In this way, let them try for other underlined phrases or words, sentences. Suppose number 2. Before that, Sakshi say, well, what do you think of Punjabi food? So, Punjabi food, here, I love it. See, then here see the cross reference. I love it. Here, I is for Reena. That means Reena love it. You understand this way. Second, I love it. It has the reference to the previous sentence, Punjabi food. That means Reena loves Punjabi food. That you understand. And that is mentioned in right hand side, Reena loves Punjabi food. This way, just explain one or two, and then just you wander to all the groups and help them when they are doing the work. But give them the chance to do the work. Okay, this way go on for that. See, now here is activity 2, means different types of text. Here is the table. And instruction is study the following table and answer the questions below it. So questions are on the right side. But first, let them read the table. How to read the table? So in table you see that there are columns and rows. Anyone can read column-wise according to the need or row-wise according to their means need of getting the information. Suppose in the column 1, first column, and the title of the column is code. So codes are given. When they have to know about the codes or find the information about the code, they should read this 0102 in the same way, and last word is total. Then in second, let them see the title first. So title gives the idea what is in that column, and subjects are given. In the same way in third, fourth, this way just let them read the table column wise. Moreover, give them the practice of reading column row wise. Suppose first row gives the titles, second row gives code number and subject of that code number, then total marks, then obtained marks, grade, and result. So this type of practice is important. And after reading this way the table, they must have the cross-referencing. Suppose they read that English, total marks are 100 and obtained marks 77. On that base they get the grade. But how to decide the grade? For that they have to go just the last line. Here grade system is given, and say 77. So in that you can see this B plus. 70 plus means if one gets the mark 71 or 2, 3 up to 80, he gets B2. This way they must learn how to get the information having the relationship of the text and get the information. This way, teach them about the reading of the table, then ask them to solve the question. Suppose, let them know also the pattern of the text, because each type of text has different patterns. Language presentation is all in different ways. So first question, what does this table show? Total table. But what is shown that is at the top, and written second test result. So student can answer, this table shows second test result, right? There another information is given, name. So another question we can ask, whose result card is this? And that is written Harikar Prajapati, means Harik's result card. And what type of this result card is? That question is not put, but you can ask or add. Say, this is just grade system. So according to the mark, grades are also given. This is the way of teaching the table. There may be different types of table, but how to read the table, how to just have understand the relationship of the matter, and how to find the information. Okay, now next. Say activity 3. Here is graph. So same way, let them observe the graph. Give them 2, 3, 4 minutes. What is given in the graph? Suppose on right hand side there is one arrow, and there is written the number of apple trees. Number of apple trees. And then numbers are given in the chart, and it starts with a 0, then 50, 100. So what is the scale that you can understand? And that is up to 500. To understand this scale, generally it is the system that in the graph, just it is at the top. Scale is written, and scale is 1 unit is equal to 50 apple trees. See, if we teach this way, they can understand, and just vertically it is said x-axis, and that shows the number of the apples. Then horizontally x-axis, and that shows the year. So teach them. They have to learn such type of graphs in mathematics, in science, in social studies, and at many places. So first of all, how to observe the graph, then how to know, means how information is presented in that they should know. After observing that means they will develop the observation skill, and that will be very much useful in all the subject or learning different points. After that, you can give this task. Let them do the task. Here we have changed types of the questions also. Fill in the gaps. Let them do on their own in their group or pairs. Suppose they commit the mistake or they write the wrong words here, then don't bother. Okay. So, see, this is the first gap. You can help for one. This is the khali jagah graph. So, here, nowhere it is written. But they have knowledge of mathematics, and there they have learned the bar chart, pie chart, or different types of chart. Generally, they have learned that in classes 6 to 8 also, they can give the reference from their pre-knowledge. That is important. That is just thinking and recalling their pre-knowledge which is in their store. Let them say this way. Then second from that they can get. But see the B. Say whether the following statements are true or false. Generally, students and teachers and others also believe the true and false, that is very easy thing. But not so. Always before giving the answer, one must refer the text. Suppose here, maximum apple trees were grown in 2010. Then, first of all, he must have the knowledge of maximum. And suppose the student don't know, teacher can help them, or if the whole class don't know, he can tell them as a class. Minimum, maximum. Then they have to see about the trees. So trees numbers are on the left side, and year, that is 2000, that is also here in the last bar. So they have to just see the top point of that, and vertically they should go and see the number, and by the way they can find the information. So here just they have to think, they have to observe that properly and answer the question. Ask them to do others themselves. Say, here third type of text, and that is just map. That means they must have basic knowledge of geography. Generally in geography, in good maps, directions are mentioned: north, south, east and west. And here are saved. So they can just locate the place. Second thing, that here if they observe properly, they can understand that this is the map of the states, and see the presentation technique, that maps are colored in different, shown in different colors. So this way let them observe on all the sides, means in north, in west, in south, in east and all this. And then just you can give this question. So here they will understand. Suppose these are the question. Which question should be asked for what information? Suppose first is this map of, so they have to say what type of map is this, and that they should answer with the knowledge of geography. This map is of states of India. Then this way let them try to fill up all the informations. For getting all the information, let them select the words, question words, and put there. And there are different types of words who to get the knowledge. Previously we have reminded them which to get the information from given set, and in which that shows location, where is also shows location, how shows method, all the things. If they know, they can do this. See, here is one more exercise, and that is diagram. Very simple diagram. Let them observe. So this way they will observe different types of text. They would recognize the text. They would understand how that is presented, and also they would have the relations of language to other subjects also. And here it is very simple. They have this knowledge in science. See, then here are the questions. Instruction is given, match A and B properly. In A, questions are given. In B, answers, short answers are given. And they are asked to write the number of the answer in the brackets given against each question. Suppose first question, what is this diagram of? and they should read this, and from means this diagram they can get that simple circuit. If they write circuit also, what is the diagram of so B? So here they have to write only B. In the same way, what do you see in the diagram? So all the words are given, and if they can't read certain words, you can help. Generally they know. This way give them the practice. Now friends, this is one diagram, and that is for writing a paragraph writing process. So here let them observe this diagram. In the middle, in circle, number 1 is written, that means title. Then suppose they can't read, you can help them for reading topic sentence, third supporting sentence, 1 supporting sentence, 2 supporting sentence, 3 supporting sentence, 4, and then closing sentence. See, this is the process. What to write the first? Here in the gaps it is said, the chart is about what? So from the title they can say, chart is about the process writing. It suggests to write, what to write? A paragraph. This way just help them for 1 or 2 questions and let them do their own way. Friend, okay, just see, here are assessment questions, and one by one you can give them for writing all this, and all types of assessment questions are given. Okay, friends, thank you for bearing me, and just if you have any question still, you can just send us to us, and I have made some changes in this, so I will send it to you in our group, so you will get all the slides. Okay, thank you all. Okay.
Namaskar.
Okay.